Alrighty, everybody, welcome. I hope everybody is ready to craft with me tonight, because tonight is Craft Your Stash. So this is one of my new videos that I'm doing to try to help all of you that have a lot of supplies and you're not using them, to come up with some fun new ideas of getting your stuff out and crafting with it. So tonight, I told you guys last night I put on a quick little video yesterday to kind of tell you what you guys would be needing. So if you haven't done that yet, I'm going to tell you what you need in just a second. But for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Julie Brown. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm really glad to have you tonight. So if you're new to Facebook or YouTube, if you have a question, you can type it in the comments. You can also type in the comments and let me know you're here. So I'm going to tell you guys what you need, and then I'm going to go over some, oh my gosh, I lost the word that I always use, housekeeping information while you guys are running and grabbing what you need. Okay, so you're going to need markers. I am using, obviously, Stampin' Up! Stampin' Right markers. If you don't have Stampin' Right markers, but you have markers that are from another company, this will probably work. But for those of you that are going to use markers from another company, I would really appreciate it if you would put in the comments whether this works for you or not, just so I know in the future, so I can tell people, yes, those are going to work. Okay, then you're either going to need a spray bottle, or I'm going to be using our spray spritzer. So you're going to need a spray bottle with water in it. And then you're either going to need a glass mat, or you can use, like, this is what our paper comes in. I wouldn't use it with the paper in it, but I would leave the cardboard in it, but you can use this plastic. You need some type of plastic, yeah, plastic or glass, or even a large acrylic block would probably work for this as well. So those three things would work. And then as far as the paper, you are going to either need watercolor paper, the thick Stampin' Up's thick basic white, I know will work. And then, do you guys remember the shimmer white that we used to have? That will also work. So if you have any of that, run and grab it, and then come back to your cameras and sit down, and we're going to have some fun tonight. So while everyone's doing that, I actually have the wrong hostess code up, so ignore the hostess code. That's what happens when a new month comes, right? So there's the September hostess code, but just ignore that. But anyway, if you'd like to order from me, you can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. There's my email if you'd like to reach out and ask questions. Obviously, you're on Facebook, but if you're watching me from YouTube, you already know it's juliebrown.julie's Creative Stamping, not just Julie's Creative Stamping. And then make sure you go check out my blog, my website, because I've got a lot of fun articles there. Okay, so the two things that I am using from Stampin' Up! Besides the markers are the Glass Mat Studio. Now this also comes with, and I'll show it to you maybe because I have it buried over here. I've been working like crazy trying to design and stuff, but I'm going to try to pull this out so you can see it. It comes with this really cool silicone mat, and like you can put, like, the ink spots fit in here. You can put all sorts of stuff in here. And it's really, really pretty handy. I set it right to the side over here, and I always have the stuff that I'm going to be using sitting in it. So it's very helpful. You can also set it on the mat while you're working. So like if you're working with those ink spots, you can have them right there. Okay. And then the Stampin' Spritzers, they come in a pack of 2. And I really like the way they work for this project because it's a fine mist, and that's kind of what you need. All right. So again, if you guys are here with me, make sure you pop in and say hello, so I know that you're here. And if you guys have any questions while we're going through this, I want you to pop those in, and hopefully I can answer them for you. All right. Let me get... Okay, guys, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is our watercolor paper comes in, they're like, what is it, 5 by 7. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my cutter, and I'm going to just cut these in half on the 7-inch side at 3.5. That way it gives me 2. So I'm going to do a couple of these because we're going to do a couple of these tonight. All right, so here's my next one, 3.5. There you go. And 4 probably is going to be good. Now, the deal with what we're doing tonight is it takes a little bit of time to dry to finish the project. So I do have one card that I finished that I'll show you, but I'm hoping that if you guys do all 4 of these with me, that your first one's going to be dry. So make sure you use the colors that you want to work with, and hopefully you've brought in some stamp sets, die sets if you want, to be able to finish these out. But my main thing tonight is just to kind of show you a new fun thing to do, and some of you guys may have already done this. I don't know. I've done watercoloring before, and I've used reinkers, I've used our stamp pads, but I have not done this technique. You know what? I think I did it once a long time ago. All right, so are we ready? So I want to start, the first one I want to start with is kind of some fall colors. So I want to bring in my cherry cobbler marker, my Cajun Craze marker, and my Mossy Meadow marker. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're actually going to just draw right on here, and I am using the brush tip, and so I'm going to take my cherry cobbler. Now the thing you want to make sure of, and this might be a good thing, is if you lay what you've cut your watercolor or your paper down to, then you'll know for sure you have it, because you need to go past the ends. Okay, so it's right here. I don't want to draw on it. And so now I'm just going to take this cherry cobbler marker, and I'm just going to draw a line. Then I'm going to come in with Cajun Craze and see how it goes off the edge, right? Now I'm going to come in with my Cajun Craze. Oh, I should have done Mossy Meadow in the middle. Oh well. And then we're going to come in with Mossy Meadow. I'll see if I like this. I usually put my green in the middle, but okay, so I'm just drawing across, and I want to make sure that I don't, sometimes I have a tendency to get thinner as I go down. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our spritzer in. I'm going to move this paper. Now this part is really, really important. It's really important that you get this pretty wet. So I'm going to take my spritzer, and I'm just going to spray it, and I'm getting it pretty wet, and I'm kind of looking at when I see it start moving, like the colors start kind of moving, then I know it's wet enough. So now I'm going to bring in my piece, and I didn't go high enough or low enough. And I'm just going to set it here. Now, I've been known to bring in like a block and set on there just for a hot second. It doesn't take like a ton of time, but sometimes the weight of the block helps the watercolor paper to pick this up. Now, if you're using the thick basic white or the shimmery white, you don't want to leave it quite this long, because you don't want to get those like super wet. And then I'm going to kind of just pick it up and make sure that it has picked up the way that I want to. And it really didn't do very good on this end, so I'm just going to, there. I can just add that color in. I don't think I got the red quite enough. Now see, I don't like that this is doesn't have color on it. So the cool thing about this is that now I can re-wet this on this side. So we're going to wet it again, and then I'm just going to lay this side right there and push down and kind of rub so that it adds color where I didn't have color last time. Okay, see, look at that. I got my color added. And so I don't know if I can pick up a little more green down there. Let me see. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so there's my first one. And I am going to set that to the side. Now, I normally like it to reach the whole area, but do you see how I meant, like, I didn't really have it as high as I needed it or as low as I needed it. Okay, so we're going to come in and I'm going to wipe this off. Oh, I guess I should have told you, you guys are going to need either baby wipes or a paper towel. So I'm going to wipe this. And I don't even mind if it stays a little bit wet, except I really don't want to get my markers like super wet. So then I'll come in with a paper towel and I'll just dry that off. All right, so here we go. All right. Okay, so now what do I want to do next? I'm trying to think of what colors I want to use. I don't know if there's anyone on with me, but if you guys have any ideas on colors that you'd like to see together, maybe we'll do, I'm going to bring in maybe Daffodil Delight. Let's see. And maybe Melon Mambo. I want to do some kind of bright colors. And maybe Gorgeous Grape. Let's try those. Yeah, this part is just fun because you're just kind of playing and to see like what colors you like together. Okay, so let's try these three colors and see what we get. And so I think I'm going to start at the top with my Daffodil Delight. So again, I'm just drawing it on here. This time I'm going to go really wide. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with, what did I pick? Melon Mambo. Hey, Laura. Oh, blue and green. Okay, I'll try that next. Okay, so then this is Melon Mambo. I'm going to make sure I go way down this time so it gets a good coverage. And then I'm going to do Gorgeous Grape, which this one isn't looking like it's got a lot of ink left in it. That's probably going to be really light. Okay, so next step is the spritzer. And again, the key to this is really getting this wet. So I'm going to make sure I really soak this good. Because that's what makes it move. That's what makes it want to grab on. Whoops, I put that down at an angle, but we're just going to leave it. Didn't mean to do that. All right. And like I said, you don't have to leave this down like a ton of time. The watercolor paper tends to take a little bit longer to soak it up. I don't think I've gotten this wet enough, believe it or not. It needs to be a little bit wetter. Yep. So let me get it a little more wet. It's amazing how wet you need to get this. The yellow did really good, but the pink and the purple, not so much. So we're just going to lay it back down because this is watercolor, so it really doesn't matter if I get, uh-oh, I think I'm getting ink on me. But you know what? I haven't used my markers in a long time. I love my markers, but I just, you know, when I teach classes and stuff, the alcohol blends are just so much easier to teach people to use. So my markers are like not getting, ooh, I like that. Look how pretty that is. And then it's okay to kind of let it, see how it's kind of running. Isn't that pretty? All right, so there's that one. We'll set that one down. Okay, so Laura, you said blue and green. So let me wipe this and we'll do some blues and greens. And it's really easy when you're using the, using this, the glass mat. But like I said, remember I told you that you guys could, you could use your large block, the largest block that we have, or you can use that plastic that comes when we get our paper. And so that works too. And maybe I'll try that. I'll pull this paper out of this because I don't want to get the paper, and I'll show you how it works on with that, just in case you guys don't have the glass mat. But I'm telling you, if you guys don't have it, it's now for sale through Stampin' Up, and you should get it. So let's try it on this. I haven't done it on this, and so this will be fun to see what we get, right? Okay, so blues and greens. So like maybe, I don't know. Do you consider Pretty Peacock a green? Let's see. So maybe some Pretty Peacock. Oh, I don't know. Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. How about these three? Let's do these three. All right, so this is my first time on this, so bear with me. I can't see if it's getting on there. I think it is. I can hear it squeaking, so I think it is putting the paper, the color down. Okay, there's the Coastal Cabana. That's a little easier to see. And then we'll get the Pretty Peacock on there, and let's see how this works. I'm anxious to see how this works. Like I said, I haven't done it with this because I have the glass mat. So obviously I'm going to use that if I can. So let's see. This is harder to see if it's getting really wet. I think it is. I wonder if it's going to look different. Yeah, I think they're all in the blue family. I agree. Pretty Peacock, I guess, could be considered kind of a green. But we'll see how this comes out. So tell me which blues and greens you'd like to see. Yeah, it is fun. This is just fun to play with this. Let me see how this is working. Oh, those are really light, but yeah, was it the Pool Party? Is that what I used? It's really light. Yeah, so you don't get as a smooth of a finish with this, but it's still cool. It's still pretty. Okay, I'm going back to my glass mat. But I'm going to clean that up because I got to put that paper back in it that I took out of it. Okay. All right. Okay, so greens. So like we've got Shaded Spruce. Maybe with Night of Navy. And what else? Maybe we'll do a few colors. Let's see. You guys can pop in ideas. That's the fun of this, is you guys can sit and watch me play. Or maybe Blueberry Bushel would be good with this one. Blueberry, oops. Okay, so Blueberry Bushel. Yeah, I think we'll do, let's try Night of Navy, Blueberry Bushel, and Shaded Spruce. Oh, Granny Apple Green and what? And I've got Granny Apple Green right here. Maybe, so you want me to take out, I kind of like the Shaded Spruce. Maybe we'll do these three together. We'll do, what did I pick? Blueberry Bushel, Shaded Spruce, and Granny Apple Green. Let's see what happens. Isn't this fun? I'm having so much fun. Okay. So we're just going to color that on there. And then maybe we'll put the greens, the blue in the middle of the greens. So let's do Shaded Spruce up here. And Granny Apple Green on the bottom. The one thing you have to realize is that because we're doing watercoloring, and this is what, when I first started doing this, I thought I was going to get those dark, vibrant colors. Yeah, that doesn't happen with watercoloring, just so you guys know. Okay, let's get this nice and wet. I'm really going to get it wet this time. All right. And so let's bring in another piece. But isn't this a fun way to use our markers? Oh, you also love the shaded spruce. Yeah, I left that one in there, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, and I used Mossy Meadow on the first one. All right, let's see what it's doing. Yeah, it needs to be, God, it needs to be even wetter. That just blows my mind sometimes how wet this has to be. It's like wet, 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 wet. There we go. Now I can see it starting to pool in. Okay, so I'm probably going to be a little bit off alignment, but that's okay. So I don't know if you guys noticed that time when and even like now when I'm pushing at the top, you can see it moving. And that's how wet you want this. Yeah, this is fun. I know, this is so much fun. Okay, so which one's not coming through good? It's the Granny Apple Green. So let me spray that one. Actually, what I'm going to do is just kind of pick this up and go down here where there's more Granny Apple Green. And see if that does it. Yeah, I like that. So look at that one. Ew, good idea. Can you spritz the paper? Probably you could spritz the paper. I wasn't doing that tonight because I'm hoping one of these will dry so I can show you how I turn it into, what do you mean your fault? These are really pretty. Look at them. That's really pretty. Yeah, I think that's probably something to try. And I think I'll try it on my next one. I've got to cut a couple more. And then all of these that I'm making, I'm going to be able to sit down, pull out, you can either pull out designer series paper, you can pull out stamps, just anything that you want to do. But this is kind of a fun way to create some backgrounds, like, you know, sit at night and just have some fun with this and create some of these backgrounds. And then when you're ready to make a card, how fun is that going to be? Okay, so we'll try that. So, okay. What do I want to do now? Let's see. I think I want to do like Coastal Cabana, Melon Mambo, and Daffodil Delight. Or is that, did I already do that one? No. Okay, let's try these three. I like these bright colors. All right, so if you can handle the squeaking. All right, squeakity squeak. Okay, so then we're gonna come in with the melon. Ooh, that one's really squeaking. I didn't quite get that dried up, so it's kind of, but maybe that'll help. Oh, you know what? I wish I had used Pretty Peacock. I think that was the darker one last time. Or no, it was Shaded Spruce. Okay. All right, so let's try that. We're gonna spray this first. See if Laura's onto something here. So let's get this nice and wet. And then let's get this nice and wet. Come on, pull, pull, pull. Okay, let's see what happens this time. Dun, da, da. I love that you guys are giving me ideas. See how that goes. All right. Let's see what we get. Now, the nice thing about the watercolor paper is it does dry faster than if you are using like the, ooh, yeah, that was a great idea, Laura. Spritz the paper first. Ooh, I like those. That one's really pretty. Yay. So great idea. So we learned something together tonight. Spritz the paper first. All right, let me grab a towel. We're gonna clean this, and then I really didn't want to go too long tonight. But now I'm going to show you how I take these and I turn them into cards. All right. So let me get it all nice and dry. All right. Okay. So I think I'm going to play with, this one seems to be the driest. So I'm going to play with this one, but I want to show you, I wanted to, remember how I said I wanted to play with fall colors? So I did that. I played with one last night and I want to show you what the finished card looks like. So look at that. So I just came in with, what was that? Autumn leaves. And I just stamped on the top of it. And I, added some ribbon, added a label with a saying, and you have a really fun card. Yeah, it came out really good. I really like this one. Okay, so now we're going to work with this one, and I want to bring in this Inspirational Sketches and see if I can do a couple of flowers on this and see how it looks. Because the one thing I like about these flowers is they're very detailed. Okay, so let's see how this is going to look. And then my question is, what color I think I should use. That's always, So I'm like, should I use the Melon Mambo? It's going to have to be one of the darker ones. What do you guys think? Do we want to stamp on this with Melon Mambo, Gorgeous Grape, Black? What do you think? I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what you think. Okay, so if you guys are hearing that rumbling, it's my dogs. They're going crazy running through and around behind me right now. Okay, so I don't know. I wonder if, I don't know if black would look that great with the detailed ones. So I think I'm going to vote for Gorgeous Grape. Just because, oh my gosh, my dogs. They're making me nuts. Hey, hey. Wow. You don't know what color. Okay, well, I'm just going to go for it. We're going to do Gorgeous Grape. And we're going to see what happens. Oh, this always makes me nervous. Oh, see, it didn't really, oh, I kind of like it though. It's really light and it's on there. That's actually kind of pretty. So now I'm going to stamp it maybe up here. So I'm thinking if you want really stark colors, ooh, that did come out pretty. What do you guys think? So I think I'm going to stamp this several times on here. Just kind of off of it a little bit because it's really putting a pretty like background in there. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What do you guys think? It's very subtle, but super pretty. And so then what I would probably do with this card is, let me get this cleaned up, is bring in, let's see, probably, since I'm kind of going with Gorgeous Grape, we'll stick with Gorgeous Grape. So I don't know about you guys, but let me just kind of show you my thought process. So when I'm trying to decide like what to put as my card base, I'll take this and I'll kind of put it up here and look at it together. So I'm gonna show this with you guys. I'm gonna grab all three of these colors and we're gonna look and see what we like. Because this has to do with what's popping the best, right? Sorry, let me get a paper towel and clean this off. I don't want to set my cardstock down here while this is wet. So we'll see. Yeah, it's a really faint print. And I was kind of afraid of that because this is, let me show you. Because what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to stamp this in Gorgeous Grape. And then I'm going to cut this out with a die just to show what the flower is. Because look how pretty this is. Isn't that gorgeous? This is an absolutely gorgeous stamp set. It's distinctive. They don't call them distinctive anymore, but that's what these are. They're the distinctive stamps. They used to call them that, but they are so stinking cute and beautiful. Okay, so now you guys have decisions to make with me tonight. Okay, are we ready? So this is kind of what it will look like up against the Gorgeous Grape. And this is what it looks like on the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to let you guys vote, so you guys have to tell me. And this is what it looks like on the Melon Mambo. What do you think? Okay, so I'm waiting. So we have Melon Mambo. We have Daffodil Delight. And we have Gorgeous Grape. So it looks like most of the ones I'm seeing are the Gorgeous Grape. Okay, so we will go with Gorgeous Grape. And let me get that cut. So are you guys like doing this along with me? Hopefully you are, but if not, I hope that you'll get out your stuff and play. Oh, Bonnie, you like the Melon Mambo. Okay. And Tracy likes the grape. Okay. So I think I have more for grape, so we're going with grape. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to trick you guys. Since I have Melon Mambo and grape, how about we do a matte with the, what size is this? It was 3.5 by 5. So how about we do a matte with the Melon Mambo? Really bring out these colors. See, you guys are helping. So, 4 by, or wait, I don't think I want to do 4. This, oh no, this is 3.5. This needs to be 3 3/4. Okay. Don't mind me. Okay. So I think we'll mat it on this and then we'll put it on this. What do you guys think? Ooh, like it. Okay. See, this is fun. We're playing together. Okay. So, let me, and then like I said, guys, if you used the Thick Basic White or if you use the Shimmer White, yours may not be, dry yet. And so you may have to wait, or you guys can use the heat tool to dry it, but that sometimes makes your paper curl up. So I find it better to kind of put it underneath some blocks and let it dry, and do it that way. Oopsie. Okay, so now we're going to, oh wait, I had another thought. Okay, so let's bring in, I think this is retired ribbon, but hey, that's what we're doing, right? We're crafting our stashes tonight. So it doesn't matter if you were using anything that is retired, but let's put some ribbon on this. Yeah, that brings out even more color. Great. Yeah, I know. You guys are coming up with great ideas tonight. This is fun. Okay. So we're going to take this and we're going to wrap this around. So if you guys missed the beginning, you guys missed how I did the watercoloring with markers. and using our glass mat. You'll want to go back and watch that. Okay, so we're gonna center that on here. And then what I think I'm going to do, I think that stamp set, does it have sayings? Yes. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to stamp Enjoy the Journey, and then I'm going to have to find a die that will cut this whole thing out. Yeah, I know these colors are popping. You guys are doing a great job. Okay. Let's hope I can stamp straight. Everybody, cross your fingers. All right, let me bring back in that Gorgeous Grape. I'm just in love with that flower. Yeah, the ribbon. Do you guys remember this? It was the Gorgeous Grape. Yeah, it was the Gorgeous Grape ribbon, and I still have some left. But you know what? I love purples and I love greens, and so anytime those colors come in, I'm always going to be grabbing them. Okay. I'm afraid I'm not going to get it straight. Yes! Success! Isn't it funny how excited we get when we stamp something straight? So you guys remember tonight is, I'm going to show you a few new things, like the glass mat just came out, right? And the spritzers. But tonight is all about you guys getting out your stuff and crafting with it. Okay, so now, let's see. What die set am I going to use? I have to be honest with you guys, I don't ever get rid of die sets. I think I know which ones I want to use, but I don't know if I have it right here. I think this was one of my favorites that retired. Yes, never underestimate your stash. Exactly. Guys, go back to it often. I mean, it's great when new stuff comes out, right? We all love new stuff, but we gotta love our old stuff too. This might cut some of this off, but I'm gonna do it. Hold on, let me grab my die cut machine. Sorry, I have everything kind of discombobbled. I have a class tomorrow that I'm trying to get set up for, so, okay. I'm gonna have to cut this down because this little mini die cut machine, you can only have it at the most 3 inches wide. So, well, Houston, we may have a problem. This is more than 3 inches wide, but let me cut it down to 3 inches, and then that die will fit through there. Okay. Are we having fun yet? I love that. I'm gonna remember that, Tracy. Never underestimate your stash. I mean, guys, you know, we buy all this stuff because we like it, so we need to make sure we're using it. And I'm the worst one about, you know, all the new shiny toys. I love them, but I also want to make sure that I'm using the stuff that I have. So let's hope I can get this to where it doesn't cut off too much of it. All right. Come on, stay down. Don't move. All right, so we're gonna put that through our little baby. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, dies are things I just don't get rid of. Even when they retire, especially the ones that cut like this. You know, I even have one. Do you guys remember the one? Shoot. It was all about baseball, but it cuts these really fun tickets. Does anyone remember that one? I still have that set because I like cutting the tickets. I know, remember it had like the baseball hat, the, I can't remember. I just know I still have that die set. Okay, so now we're going to bring this in, and this ended up being a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I think I'm going to put it on at like an angle. Oh, this is still a little bit wet. So yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of put that on at an angle to make it look like I did that on purpose. And then I think I will pop it up too. So where's my take your pick tool? I'm telling you guys, I lose that thing more than anything. And it even has its little spot. Oh, it's in its spot. Who knew? Right? All right, so we are going to get these. But I mean, this is just a fun thing to experiment with. And then like when you're doing, like I had no idea what was going to happen when I stamped that distinctive stamp. And I'm going to bring this closer to you so you guys can see it. I'm not doing the insides of the cards tonight, guys. Yeah. Okay, so see, look, can you see that it did stamp really lightly on there? So it's kind of pretty, right? I was expecting it to be as bold as this, but apparently with watercolor, that doesn't happen. All right, guys, card is done. What do you think? And then we could put embellishments on it, all sorts of fun stuff. I know I didn't lose any of my sentiment. I was worried about that. Okay, so there's that card. And then, like I said, guys, I did one. I didn't want to take a bunch of everybody's time tonight, but here's all the colors that we did. And I'm going to make cards out of all these, and I'll end up posting it on my business site, so you guys will get to see what I make out of all of these. But then I'm going to bring in the one I did yesterday with the fall colors. And so this was Cherry Cobbler, Mossy Meadow, and Cajun Craze. And then I stamped with Cajun Craze, and this is the Autumn Leaves stamp set. I did Cajun Craze on the leaves and Cherry Cobbler with the vines, and then I just put this is the new Cherry Cobbler ribbon, by the way. Okay, so yeah, isn't that fun? So I want you guys to craft your stash tonight. I want you to get out, try this watercolor, have some fun, and if nothing else, you're going to be like me. You're going to be sitting here with tons of backgrounds, right? I have all of these backgrounds. This is, I didn't cut these down first, but I have all these. I'm going to do some Halloween on this one. And then I have this one that I did the blues in, and I'm going to do some Christmas with this one. But have some fun. Get your watercolor paper out. If you don't, again, like I said, if you don't have watercolor paper, you can do it on thick basic white. Yes, I stamped those leaves right on there. Yes, ma'am, that is what I did. But you know, yeah, fall colors, I know. I had to do some fall colors. These are my jam, the Regals. But anyway, thick basic white will work, shimmer white will work, and then obviously if you have watercolor. It's just the first two, thick basic white, you have to, and the shimmer, you have to give it a little bit more time to dry. But this technique is going to work for all of those papers. You can try it on our regular white, but I think it's going to be, I think you're not going to like the outcome because it's a real smooth, it's a real smooth card, and it's not, you're not going to get all of the like smooshing details on this. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tonight. I hope this inspired you to go grab your old stamp sets. You guys can even go get old card bases because, you know, with Stampin' Up, sometimes colors go out and we have stuff. Go grab your old dies and have some fun tonight. Now, I'm going to challenge you that if you guys, I'm going to put my email up there because if you guys go and you make some cards, I want to see them. So make sure you email them to me at juliescreativestampin@gmail.com because I really want to see what you guys do and what color combinations you do and what stamp sets you use. And then, like I said, guys, if you do use, I'm using the Stampin' Write markers. If you do use another brand of markers and it works, please let me know so I can let everybody know that it does work. Okay. So one last look at our cards from tonight. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me tonight, everybody. I so appreciate it. I know that this was a quick one, but it was just really to make you guys grab some stuff, try to craft. And you know, the next time I do this, guys, next time I do Craft Your Stash, I always try to the day before tell you what you're going to need. So grab some of that stuff and have some fun with me. But I did enjoy you guys like guiding me through this and picking the colors and stuff, because I think that was fun too. So anyway, guys, I so appreciate your time. It really, I know how precious time is. And so it really does my heart good when you guys join me. So anyway, guys, everybody have a great evening, a great weekend, and I will be back on next week. Oh, I forgot to even tell you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm such a goober. So my online classes that are coming up this time is, we have my October Craft Along, and you can scan that code if you want to do that. You're welcome, Shanine. So obviously we're doing some really fun Halloween cards. And so there's two ways that you can do that. You can either purchase the card kits ahead of time and I get them mailed and shipped to you. You have to have that order in by October 8th. So you've got to register for that by October 8th. And then I ship them to you, and then you craft along with me. And I don't know which one's the right one, so this is going to be fun. So I wanted to do something really fun this time. So my class to go is going to be a blind date, right? So you guys aren't going to know what suite I'm using, but there's the hints, okay? There's a famous one. It has something to do with forest, and it's full of cheer. So those are your hints, but the class to go, again, there's the QR code. Hopefully that's the right QR code and it doesn't take you to my old one, because I had both of them up here. So I'm going to put that one up. You guys take a picture of that one, and then I'm going to put the next one up just in case that one was wrong. So that's the other one. So try that. So guys, if you want to do any one of those classes, please get signed up for those as quickly as possible so that I can get card kits out to you guys and we can craft along. Alrighty. So almost forgot that. Anyway, guys, have a fun weekend, and